Locking it up. Face turning purple. There it is. 30 seconds. That took 30 seconds. And it wasn't by accident. This was all preparation. If you compete, stay tuned, because these tips can help you win too.
Your lips. It's time for a brand new episode of what? We talking jit, say what? We talking jit, say what? We talking jit, say what? We talking jit, said it's time for a brand new episode of Talking Jit.
All right, guys, before we get started, I need you to hit the subscribe button and the like button to help me get this video referred to others. Okay? There's people just like us out there that need to see this. And I appreciate every single one of you. Now, let's get to the footage. Kyle, training partner, someone I help coach, someone I help get ready for these tournaments, competed last night and got it done in 30 seconds following the game plan. And we're going to go through that right about now. So, of course, he's got to have a nice walkout here. This is fight to win. And these are very good events to compete at. He does the slow crawl out, Hulk walk. Got to make sure we got the Hulk walk going on. And almost no clothing. That's a must for Kyle. That's where he feels in his comfort zone. And for all y'all meat gazing, I don't blame you. Pounding the heart, making sure it's working. And they're staring each other down like a hungry pack. Like two seagulls about to fight over a Kentucky Fried Chicken on the beach. So, if you guys are wondering, right now I'm over in the corner, so I'm not in frame yet, all right? So let's pay attention to Kyle. Right off rip, I knew Kyle was going to win because this guy started butt scooting 10 miles away from him. Let's get a replay of that. I got ads in the corner. So right off the bat, boom, butt scooter. He actually butt scooted backwards if we pay attention to that. Let's get a little into this. Butt drops here, takes a nice little scoot backwards. I thought that was pretty clever because usually it's a butt scoot. All right. Homie starts with a butt scoot. Can anyone tell me why that didn't work right off the bat? It's kind of important. It's because there was zero contact between them before he started. So right away, he's dropping down, and Kyle's got all the area in the world, if he wanted to dance around this guy. In this moment, Kyle came in to engage. Backwards butt scooting. Interesting. Oh, hold up. The main event right here in the frame. Just in case you guys are wondering, I made it. Okay, I am in this video, so just want to let you know. Take a good look at the coaching technique as this goes on as well. But Kyle does the right thing here. The dude drops and butt scoots with zero contact. Like I said, Kyle's got all the mobility. He was over here standing around flexing. Now he's all the way over on this side. So he's giving Kyle the mobility to dance around right off the rip. The other thing he does is he's overreaching. So he didn't get close enough to Kyle to lock in on a leg or pull himself close. He's literally just about pulling north-south guard. So he did he pulled north-south is basically how we're going to put this. And with this guy's legs, can you tell me what the problem is here? And you'll see what happens when Kyle does it. But there's such space in here. And that's what we're looking for. We're after controlling hips. And if this guy doesn't have elbow and knee connection, or diamond guard, some people call it, there's a lot of space to get in there and dive in, especially with his head this way. So Kyle times the shot. Boom. Another huge mistake that guy made, laying flat. So basically, like I said, north-south, laying flat and giving Kyle all the room to shoot in. And if you notice, Keith the Beef comes in and goes straight for the hips. Getting his head below the legs is ideal. That way the legs can't get up in your face. In a way, you can kind of stay underneath. So when we dive in, I like to get the shoulder connection in here, not just my forehead. But, sometimes you can't pick and choose. Sometimes you end up in a non-perfect scenario, but that's what we're aiming for. So he disengages but comes back in and stays with it. This is where things go great. Now, let's go back. I want to see if you guys notice. I want you guys to pay attention to Kyle's hand right here. Because when Kyle starts feeling like he's losing it and the guy on the bottom is looking for his guard, I want you to notice where that hand goes to shut down the guard. Here. Did we notice? The elbow flared out and we're right here around the hip line. So that when this bottom leg comes in to regard, there's a blockade right here. Sometimes I call it Fortnite because you can build your fort or your base that they have to get around. But Kyle does a great job of keeping his hand in front of the hip to keep the hips in check to stop this guy from regarding and keeping dominance. So kudos to Kyle on this. Now we're in a typical north-south. Boom. I like the call here for Kyle to go for the choke. What I didn't like, I'm just being super technical or critical. I didn't like when he pulls the choke out and he pops up and gives a lot of space. This guy, technically, if he was in fight or flight mode, could have found a way out when you give him a lot of space. But we stay on the back. Beautiful. Now, if you notice, we want position over submission and control. This is one thing that we drilled. This is through training. Our whole objective here, and when I was talking to Kyle in the back here, making sure we have our control. The submission will come. We're taking our control, and if the guy gives us another step up, or if he gives us something better, we take that. That's why I'm over here calm, cool, collected. There's not much to say. And our other coaches over here, so, take it how you want to. But I was actually, little cheat code for you guys. We had a coach over here, just right over on this side. And I decided to run over to this side to get some extra coaching coverage. That way, if we ended up on the other side of the mat, I still had somebody in his ear. But luckily in this one, we didn't need it. I also want to go back here. One thing. So Kyle's going for the choke. I'm glad he decided not to go for the ghillie. He went for the darce, but when he comes over here, notice we go straight to the shoulder blades and we block those things from getting back to the mat. That keeps your opponent facing away from you, in a way, putting you on their back. It forces them to either run away from you or try to make the space to turn into you. It's a hard fight and it's a hard call, especially with your nerves going and especially with your adrenaline going. So as soon as Kyle comes through, boom, his hip and his knee straight to these shoulder blades, blocked. So this guy's only option would have been to try to hop and, shimmy his shoulder, this shoulder right here, flat to the mat and start trying to peel Kyle off. And it's really tricky because when your instincts are going and your adrenaline, I'm making more spots. When your instincts and your adrenaline are going, it makes you want to roll away and run. But this is what we have to do through training is learn to kind of fight those instincts and peel the mat. So really good job for Kyle. And the other thing is Kyle's knee has really good connection with the floor here. So with that connection on the floor, it's going to take away the ability for him to get flat. You can keep following and you can keep drilling pressure into him. So an extra little tip right here, pulling the back. I love going for, let's back up here. There is one slight critique I'm going to give right here for anyone who competes and anyone trying to get a little bit better. When Kyle, right here, we have a connection, right? I would rather him have a connection depending on where he's going. In this case, he's just trying to take the back and get his hooks in. I would rather the connection being like square, like mid chest in between shoulder blades. But when Kyle pulls the back take, he leaves the guy behind. So you'll see Kyle's chest leaves this guy's back and leaves a nice gap here. Getting better, we need to get tighter, okay? So same with arm bars. You don't leave the arm behind and then pull the arm to you. You don't leave the shoulder blades behind and pull them to you. Just a critique on my side. I would have rather set up my hooks and roll them to the floor rather than pulling them up. But in this case, taking out the trash worked. So kudos there. But see how he leaves all that space? Obviously it worked. So what the hell do I know? But here we go. Now I can't see. I'm getting nervous. This is where the real test comes in, this whole match. I'm actually at this point, I'm yelling at Kyle. And to each his own. If you got a different way, please let me know in the comments below. Everyone's got different ways of finishing stuff. But with the rear naked choke, if you're watching, I'll try to explain it if you're just listening. But for the rear naked choke, I say either look at the belly button, which will kind of pull your shoulders in and tuck their head around the arm. I have friends who take a deep breath, which expands your chest, which also tightens the choke. So I've heard both ways. Taking a deep breath, filling up your diaphragm, which pushes pressure on the choke. I've also heard, what I like to use is looking down at your belly button. In this case, I'm yelling at Kyle to look at his belly button, but so he can cinch the choke and get the finish. Because even if you're on the chin a little bit, it'll put enough pressure. It'll put enough pressure to talk him out of it. But he said later on in the car, he was going for the deep breath. So again, to each his own. Just food for thought here. And the body triangle is a great call. I would like to hook the foot behind the knee so the guy can't turn, but we still get the tap. We win. Kyle does this huge celebration. I don't know who this guy is. I have no idea who that guy is and what he's doing in my video. The clear coach was across, but Kyle is very hyped for this one. This is great media exposure for him. This is a great organization. I'm a little bit bummed I didn't get on this card. Maybe next year. But he's over here yelling at the camera. He's calling out everybody in the world. I think, we had a little bit of a Gordon Ryan call out, Craig Jones. I think he wanted all the smoke. Kyle is probably undeniable the best pound for pound blue belt in the planet after this video. No denying that. But hey, now we get to watch the flexes. He's going up to the corner and talking to them.
They try to drown me. I can swim.
All right, last thing. We have to give a lot of credit to the coach here. He's laser focused, as you guys can see. Laser focused. No, I'm kidding. This was great. 2 months ago, Kyle was rushing all these moves and flying through everything and just trying to get the kill. 2 months later, we go to the tournament. We concentrate on control. We concentrate on everything we worked on, making the opponent face the way we want and keep control the way we want. And it worked out. So, guys, never doubt yourselves. Reps, reps, reps. He worked hard for this. He deserves this win, and I am so proud of him. But I want you guys to let me know what you see in this video and if there's anything you think could have gone differently. Or what would you have done if you were his opponent to change things? Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button. Smash the like button. Do whatever you got to do to get me out of this ramen noodle diet. I appreciate each and every one of you. Look forward to talking to you.
They try to drown me. I can swim upstream so profoundly. I can stay calm in a dire situation. I'm at it every day, no time for a vacation. And I smell blood in the water. Everything I do, yeah, I do it for my daughters. Now I'm gonna shut your lips. It's time for a brand new episode of What? We talking jit, say what? We talking jit, say what? We talking jit, say what? We talking jit, said it's time for a brand new episode of Talking Jit.